There again, we're on day number 179, Psalms chapters 78 through 79. I'm really enjoying these Psalms. Gotta love the book of Psalms. So encouraging. It feeds your spirit, feeds your soul, takes you into a state of praising God. So yeah, I'm really loving it. The Psalms speaks to you. It allows you to, first of all, I love the fact you get to see what a person is pouring out while they're going through. It encourages you and lets you know it's okay. It hurts. Sometimes God takes a long time. We're Christian. We go through stuff. It happens. I love the fact that it's directed to God, though. Everything they're talking about is directed to God. And they're encouraging themselves, reminding them of who God is and what He's able to do. Absolutely love the Psalms. Now, Psalm 78. That was a long psalm. It was very long. I really enjoyed it, though. I really did. It starts with saying, "O people, listen to my instructions." Love that because it shows you that it's talking to the people. It's basically telling you, I want to tell you of or what our ancestors went through, how God dealt with our ancestors, how He came into our lives. It is important that I tell you what was handed down to us from our ancestors, and so that we can tell our children, and so that the glory of God will continue, teaching our children about God, who He is, how glorious He is, about His mighty works is very important. This is going to, it's important that our kids know God and that they turn their hearts to God and not rebel against God. We don't want them to build this stony heart against God, eventually forgetting about God or abandoning God. They become stubborn, they become rebellious. It says all of this. And then it goes down and explain to you the things you don't want to forget about God and the things you want to teach your children about God. Mentions the issue, the situation with Egypt, mentioned how God had those miracles, performed those miracles, mentions the children of Israel, how when they were hungry, how God fed them when they were thirsty. Mention how the children of Israel kept rebelling and sinning. And it mentions how the children of Israel were punished a lot of times, how God allowed certain devastations to occur in their lives. And even some people were even killed. That's a long chapter. But it touches all of that stuff. And it's also how they cried out to God. That right there is worth reading. Yes, it is long. But it's important to reinforce what you know about God and what happened to the children of Israel. And it ended up saying how it mentions David, how David was placed into kingships, a king who had a tender heart and took care of the children of Israel. So that right there was a very long chapter, but it was a good chapter. And then 79, oh God, the pagan nations, they have conquered your land. We already know. For pagan nation went in and destroyed God's temple and took over the land, killing people, tearing down stuff. Now they have to serve those pagan believers or what have you. It's because they were rebellious and they abandoned God. Yeah, it mentions that as well. Also, they're like, please don't let us suffer for what our ancestors did, that type of thing. So yeah, it goes through that. So 78 and 79, we only covered two chapters, but at the end of 79 it says, save us, Lord, forgive us for our sin. So they did ask God to save them from what they were going through and to forgive them for their sins. But this is the thing, guys. 78 and 79 were the only two books we went through. Normally it's been like 4 chapters. I think maybe we had 3 chapters at one time in Psalms. But guys, read it. Trust me, you want to read the book of Psalms. You want to read these 2 chapters and ask God for understanding, help. Ask Him. Sometimes it can be boring. I'm not going to lie to you. You have to ask God to help you to be focused and to teach you what He wants you to learn in these lessons. Put your heart into it. Turn off the TV. Don't get distracted. And if you have to, there are times you'll be crazy. You might think I'm crazy, but there are times when I'm so out of focus, I'll start reading from the bottom on up. I don't know if anybody else does that. I'll do that. I do that. It works though. When I find I have a hard time concentrating, I read from the bottom on up. But you want to keep God in everything you do, learning Him, what you're going through. Keep God involved, and He will help you through whatever. He will. And even His word, and even doing the righteous thing through what is righteous through His eyes. So guys, yeah, that was day number 179, Psalms chapter 78 through 79. You have a God-filled blessed day.